What up, though, Proud Nation? Welcome back to another Field Review podcast show. Today's show is going to start off a little bit different. Just a little bit different. Today's show is going to come with two positive quotes. And it's something that I'm still not quite sure I feel comfortable talking about. But Pride Nation, I'm going to need you today. I'm going to need y'all energy. If you know anything about me, you know anything about what I do, you know that my picture often matches my mood. It's always an indicator of what I'm going to be talking about. It's generally something to the effect of that photo. But that photo, I wanted you to take a close look at it. And what you see is a guy with his head down, with a towel over his head, and his hand on his head, and it's for a logical reason. In fact, I had every intention of doing a video on Friday, do another one just for the hell of it on Saturday, and doing another one on Monday. I was in that kind of mood. But on May 30th, 2021, one of my best friends lost his battle with depression and took his own life. And I had no clue. I knew nothing. I didn't even know he had the battle. A fight that I would have loved to have been a part of. Because if it's one thing you would find about me, I don't have friends, I have family. I'm still going to do this show. But I got a new fight. Because, see, I couldn't fight that fight with him, but I can fight this one. If you know somebody, anybody, who is suffering from depression, anxiety, some type of mental disability, if you know somebody who is having issues simply reaching out, if you are one of those people who are hearing voices and the voices is getting too loud, please call somebody for help. Whether you know it or not, we care. And if you have nobody to care for you, you can't think of anybody, you don't know who to call, start right here. Start with the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. It's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's in every language you could think of. You are not the first to hear those voices. You are not in this fight alone. You don't have to battle it alone. But if you're just too afraid, or you feel some type of shame that you can't call that number, then send me a message on Twitter, because I'm ready for the fight. Send me a message on Instagram that says I'm feeling low, anything, because I'm ready for the fight. Join my Discord. because I'm ready for the fight. I didn't know my friend had a fight to be a part of, but damn it, I can fight for him if that means I got to fight with you. You are not alone. You are not by yourself. You matter. You are loved. I don't have to know you for you to understand that I love you. We don't have to talk every single day. You showed up on a video. You gave me a like. You left a message in the comment section. You was willing to debate me and argue with me. And I love you for that. We both love the Lions. And so I want you to be clear that if you don't know what to do and you can't contact somebody, you're not sure where to go, then please call somebody. Talk to somebody. I talked to him just before he did it. And I had no clue. We laughed. We joked. And I told him I would see you later. And then things got real. So, I'm going to do a show because I need the distraction. Because I have not been getting much sleep. And I don't mean to come on here to have y'all be a part of this. But I would not sit here and let his death be in vain. I couldn't fight with him, but I can fight with you. I want to fight with you. I want to hear about the voices in your head. I want you to know that somebody cares. Because when you don't talk to somebody, when you don't reach out, you don't just take your life. You take those who still live. But you're not alone. There's phone calls that can be made. There's messages that can be sent. There's a way for you to be valued. And I do value you. So to honor my friend, who I call my brother, I wrote him something. Something that I think he wanted to hear. And something that I think y'all need to hear. Because I told you, Pride Nation, I'm going to need you. I just buried my brother. I had another friend be murdered on Thursday. And on Sunday, another friend lost his battle to depression and took his own life. And there was no goodbyes. So, to my friend that I call my brother, the call that I got was not the call that I wanted. I was hoping that I would hear you just got married. Maybe you got a new house. You possibly bought a new car. I would have rather heard anything other than you were gone. And in that, all I was left with was the guilt and the shame, because I did not know. I did not see the signs or have any indication that you were in a battle for your life. Nothing was shown, if any. And I couldn't help but think that maybe if I called enough, if I hugged you enough, if I told you I loved you enough, maybe I would have saw it. And although I know that I had no control over this, it's too hard for me to act as if though I should have seen something. I felt I left you alone. I felt I left you alone to have a fight that I would have happily fought with you. Step by step, breath by breath, heartbeat by heartbeat. I would have fought with you. If you could have seen the river that I cried that led to the ocean of my feelings and my sorrow, you would have knew how much I loved you, bro. But the world seems a little bit smaller now, because I would miss your goofy laugh, your corny jokes. I would miss debating and arguing with you. I would miss pissing each other off. But most importantly, I would miss your support. I would miss your love. I would miss those check-in calls where you would call and say the most random things just to piss me off about those Lions. I could never say goodbye to you. So for now, I'll say I'll see you later. And I don't know how long it'll take for me to see you. But until then, I will continue the fight that you fought alone. I will not be oblivious to the signs, if any are present. I will not be afraid to stand in my concern for those who need me. I will be a voice for those who need one, an ear for those who need to be heard. I will be your new knight in shiny armor. Every city has a hero, but I'm not trying to be one. Because if I was, I would have saved you infinity. So, I say to you, my brother, rest in peace. If you are one of those people hearing those voices, and you got a phone, please call. If you don't have a phone, and you're just not quite sure what to do, then reach out to me. I don't care how late it is, what day it is. You matter. You are loved. You will be missed. The world is not better without you. So I decided, people, to start this off different because I'm in battle mode. I'm still going to talk Lions. But I needed to do this because this is part of my healing process. He didn't just die that day. I died with him. Because I couldn't do something. And I know it wasn't my ability to do anything. He made up at that moment that he could not take the voices anymore. But if you are dealing with it, please just get help. Let's talk football, people. All right, people. Again, I didn't mean to come on here and lay that on y'all, but I needed that. I needed y'all. I needed to see the positive words. I needed to do something. I needed to talk sports. I needed to do something that can get me into a headspace so I can begin my process. So the latest news is the Detroit Lions apparently are not done making this team better. They've added a new defensive tackle, Brian Price, former defensive tackle of the Green Bay Packers. When I first saw this, I said to myself, how does he fit into this grand scheme? So I watched a little film. And what I saw was he played DN. Okay. And I'm thinking, oh, he's not making the team. But again, I had to think bigger picture. I had to think, what does this really mean? And again, I came to the same answer that I had for Ty Gurley, which is, this is insurance. Go Lions says, I just got here. What's going on? One of my best friends, a guy I grew up with as a little kid all the way into adulthood, lost his battle with depression, something I did not know that he had. And he took his own life on Sunday. So my message to people here today was, if you are hearing voices or you're dealing with some type of mental issue, to please seek help. And that is what's happened. That's what's going on. Now, I know Joe Heath got the torn ACL, I believe it is, and is out for the season. And I didn't think he was going to make the team, no way. But I think it's smart for the Lions to explore every option into improving this team. Because proven talent is hard to find. We get so excited about the draft and the unknowns that come from the draft. We rarely look to the proven ones. And they may not all be Hall of Famers or Pro Bowlers or all pros. Hell, they may not be good, but at least you know what you got in the product. At least you know what it is that you're dealing with. And I like to say that when you know what you're dealing with, when you know better, you got to do better. And so to me, getting a guy like Brian Price doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't hurt you. It doesn't set you back. In my opinion, it's more insurance. I had plans to talk about Crosby too, because I saw that Crosby didn't show up for OTAs. And I thought, like, if I'm Crosby, and here I am getting drafted late by this organization, and I'm on my second, third, fourth, I forget what head coach he at. You trying to trade me? Why in the hell would I show up? There's no reason to show up to something that's one, voluntary, and two, you don't want me yet. Hence the trade possibilities. And so I'm sitting here thinking, because I saw a lot of YouTube videos talking about it. And I saw how a lot of people was like really upset. Like, oh, they want to trade Crosby. And I'm thinking, what has he shown you that I'm missing? What is he giving you? He's had every opportunity to take a spot. No one can say that he never had an opportunity. But it's a reason why we needed to draft another tackle. Then I heard the Lions want to try him out at guard. And I said, okay. But this doesn't make sense because there's no way in hell you're going to sit Big V with all that money on the bench. Just not going to do it. There's just no way. There's no way possible that you can do this. But the reality is Terrell Crosby has had an opportunity to seize the moment. Go and look at his best and worst block, and they look the same. He just hasn't lived up to the bill. And that's part of the reason why he was drafted late. But the fact that people were shocked, and the fact that people was confused about the fact that they're still seeking a trade for him bothered me. Because what are they supposed to do? If you don't get a trade, you let them sit until somebody come available for you to cut them, take your $2 million, and add the new person. But you don't have to do anything. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to write up any scripts. The Lions brass is looking at it a little bit different. If Crosby was balling out the way that he was supposed to, we wouldn't be trying to take an offensive tackle. We would have traded that pick, taken a wide receiver, and a host of other things early on. But he didn't hold it to his end. And Big V showed better promise as a guard. But now you go through the entire offensive line, and where does Crosby fit in at? You want to tell me he's a good swing tackle? I'll raise you one Matt Nelson. You want to tell me he can play guard? So what that mean? We going to tell Logan Steinberg bye? He literally played himself off this team. And this is not about the person. It's about the player. I'm going to be more careful with my words these days. I'm going to be more careful. As one Pride 40 says, Crosby is the reason why Sewell here. Him and the Bengals. Good point. 1991 Max Stag says it will be a big mistake to let him walk. Solid depth piece for the year. And I think if they don't get nothing or don't nothing better come along that they can add to this team to be better, they think they keep him on a roster. But if they did, I can understand why you can see it as a mistake. He just needed to seize the moment. And he didn't. You get one shot. You get one shot. Lion Kings, I hope we get a Pat Lion. We train to run the field. 2 strict feet. First of all, if it's a lion just running free on anything on the field, I wouldn't even be at the stadium. Like, what kind of negligence is that? You know what I mean? Like, I can't. Southwest Lion, there's nothing worse than internalizing these types of things. But there's no way you could have read his mind. I know that. But I can't help but feeling like I should have known more. Matt Nelson did a great job for the Lions. The last year, he showed promise to replace Crosby. And just like that, when you don't seize the moment and somebody come in doing what you can do and they do it for cheaper, you usually get the X. But I was amazed at the amount of press and the fans' response to him just about to be exited. And I love this right here. Cap Ice Cole says, everyone needs to fight for a spot. Bottom line, the more you get away from the bad contracts, the more the fight will be for everyone's spot. You need to win regardless who you are. That's what it's about. That's what it's supposed to be about. You have to come in here and your spot ain't guaranteed. See, the thing is that people like Taylor Decker don't realize is Sewell can take your spot. People like Big V need to worry about Jonah Jackson being more of a focal point and them finding a replacement. It's very doable. Frank Ragnow is sitting up there sitting pretty because he's performing. You don't perform, you don't deserve to be here. I'm sick of the same old Lion mantras of just, we get them next year and we can't win this year to be the year after. We have to be able to set a new standard. And if we are not willing to set the new standard, then what are we playing football for? Sports are about being able to come together and push each other to our limits. Some of us are afraid to do that. This brings me to another point, because there was a lot of people who's already jumping on the heads of Sewell, who said, because he said that it was not easy switching from left tackle to right tackle. And people went, oh my God, see, I told you he's a bust. And I'm thinking, here's a guy trying to be humble. Appreciate you, Benjamin, for. Here's a guy trying to be humble and say, this ain't no easy transition. See, some of us play Madden too much. And we think that once we move somebody in Madden and it works out, great. It's one of the reasons why Madden is broke. I don't know if y'all knew this, but if you move a safety to linebacker, you essentially are a cheat code. If you move a receiver to tight end, they overall jumps up damn near significantly. If you take a linebacker and put him to DN, it makes a difference. That's what's wrong with Madden. People think you can switch these people back and forth in every different way. And when they do that, okay, when they do that, you have to understand that that's not how it works in real life. The kid has been playing left tackle his whole life. It's a different beast. This is no different than Tyron Smith. They let him play right tackle the first year, moved him over to left tackle. It worked out great. Jonathan Ogden in college played right tackle, played guard, and they moved him to left tackle after he got a year or two in the pros at those positions. But what we can't do is down the young man and already start talking this bus talk because he humbled himself to a new change. It just don't make sense. Luke, I told y'all Flowers would get traded before the deadline because of the scheme, and at the same time, dude ain't want to be here. Are you saying that he just got traded recently? Did I miss something? Did I miss something? Let me go and double check. I don't want to make sure I missed nothing. Did they trade Flowers? I've been a little bit out of the loop. Let me see. Okay, I don't see nothing, so it must mean we still good. All right. But I want to tell you that the fact that he is having a difficult time with the switch, that's beautiful. That's growth. That's maturity. If he'd have came in and been like, left to right, nothing. Forget about it. Like, if he's on that tip, I'd be like, nope, he's not ready. He said they want to trade him now. Okay. Hey, if you can get something for him, why not? You know, if you can get something for him. Just depends on what the cap hit is. I'm curious, and I would like to see what that is. But to me, Sewell is one of those guys that if you just take your time with him, you will reap the benefits of your reward. For the first time, I'm going to tell y'all this again. For the first time in NFL history, this sounds crazy to people, but the Detroit Lions actually went full out commit to build the trenches on both the offense and defensive line. And they didn't just go into free agency and do it. Nope. They did it bigger than that. Okay. So he said, who said they wanted to trade him? That's coming from Jimbo G. He said they wanted to trade him. So I've been out of the loop. I'm just saying. Edward makes a very good point. Also, he practiced at the right tackle position this offseason and the time that he took off. So he knew what was coming. But to me, we have to be able to uplift him. Something else I want to jump into was how would this affect the season? I don't think it affected much. Because with him playing the right, he's not going against the top DN in most cases. And then two, you can always use TJ Hockenson to help chip. He's athletic enough to get around and get to his block with a small bump from a tight end. But he's not going to get double teamed. He's not going to have most of the blitzes is going to probably come from his way because they're going to test him. But he's not going to have the issues that most left tackles coming into bad teams have. Motor City Sport. Boy, when I tell you I need these laughs, he says the Kool-Aid has wore off of me. Pew. Oh boy. Let's see. Nothing on Google or Twitter says anything about a Flowers trade. Okay, I didn't find anything either. Oh, okay. Let me see. He says, Luke, no, they didn't, but his name is brought up as one of the 4 Lions players to get traded. Crosby, Big V, Collins, and Trey Flowers. Got it. I'm picking up what you're putting down. All right. I'm picking up what you're putting down. What does Detroit and the Lions have in common? They're both in the trenches. Wow. Benjamin. Wow. Come, really, bro? You got put on timeout last half talking about my city. Don't have me do it today, bro. We're not going to do it. I appreciate you, Analytics dear. When the storm comes, somebody got to yell, I am the storm. My goal is to do just that. And so my goal is to still give a show, because that guy, like most people that I rock with, they support me. So I try to do what I could. I took some time to process it, and it was needed. Sewell pancakes Khalil Mack at least 3 times. If I see that, I'm going to have the field day with that film study. It's going to be, the repeat on that is going to be, so I'm going to have all kind, you know what? Just wait for me. Let me see it happen once and watch the ignorance come out of me. I'm going to enjoy every bit of that. All right. So let's see. How many wins do we need before you start saying give MCDC Coach of the Year? Hell, if he get to 9-7, can we get to 9-7? Listen, I know we don't mention his name here. I know we don't like him, but I'm still on board for 9-7 ain't good enough. That is my standard. It's not good enough, okay? But I wanted to talk about this too, because this is another one of the things that I didn't have a chance to talk about, and I need to address it, which was the Lions have a forgotten unit, and that's the special teams. And the topics have come up on who's going to be the kick and punt returner, and I think that people should put more respect on our special teams for 2 reasons. 1, they're going to be called upon, but 2, they're going to be pretty much like in case of emergency and break the glass, because my attitude is this. If I don't want to rely on them, then I better put points on the board. Appreciate you, Nomis. I better put points on the board. And if I can't put points on the board, Izzy77 said the report on Detroit Lions on the Prowl was from an article listing Lions that could be traded. Flowers was one of them. Got it. Listen, I was out of the loop. I'm going to be back in full force in a couple of days. I promise you I'll be back in full force and tracking everything. All right. And I agree with you, Bo. I think it's going to be challenging with that contract. I really do. But the special teams unit, and this question came up about who's really the returner? Has it really been earned? Has anybody really accepted or just miles ahead of the other person wanted to be it? So I decided to look at the possible candidates. You got Khalif Raymond, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Tommy Kennedy, Geronimo Ellison, Deshaun Amos, and Jamar Jefferson. And I'm not going to lie to you. 2 of those names really stand out to me. Like Raymond, he did it before. He's got the touchdowns and stuff. But Amon-Ra St. Brown, that returner, man, that seems intriguing. That seems intriguing. And to me, as I look at this battle for who's going to be returner, I'm really trying to figure out if it's something that we need to look to add in free agency? Or do we have that guy? And so I started trying to figure out, what is the standard? What is the average? I know with Raymond, he had like 40 yards average, which was like second, I think it was, in the league. But still, I've seen all of these guys minus Deshaun Amos, who plays safety. I never seen him return a kick until I went and watched the film of it. And yes, it was at a school that was a little bit smaller, but damn it looked good. And I'm a big believer in when you go to schools where they're smaller and lesser talent, you have to find a way to get the most out of it and show that you are above them. Tori Anderson says 6-11 this year, 9-8 next year, 11-6 in 2 years. Wait, what? 6-11 this year, 1, 9-8 next year, 2, and 11-6 in 2. So we got to wait 4 years to get to 11-6. Okay, I guess I read that right. Okay, you won't get no pushback from me. We have the best punter in the league. You ain't gonna get no argument out of me. Jimbo G, stay strong, Luke. God will fight your battles for you. All you have to do is stay put. Well, I'm not moving. Amon-Ra going to return kicks, I bet. I actually like the idea of Amon-Ra turning kicks. I just went back and watched this one particular game, and I noticed that a lot of times when it comes to kick returns, some people do too much damn dancing. He sees the seam and just say, you know what? Let's see if I can outrun you. I like that. It ain't got to be spectacular, but I like it. Amon-Ra is going to be a human joystick as a returner this year. Oh, that's a good compliment. Ain't that Dante Hall they call it human joystick? Dead cap can be spread out over 2 years after June 1st. That's true. I forgot all about that. I'd be forgetting about June 1st. Right? I think they made the calculation that they could find somebody comparable or a better than Crosby. All that the other teams make their cuts, or maybe one of the undrafted free agents this year. It's just the difference. 3 years is what he was saying. Got it. Okay. He said, I screwed up. That's fine. It happens, but I'm with you. I'm picking up what you're saying. So by year 3, we should be 11-6. I'm going to go on the whim here. You don't got to agree with me, but I'm going to say that we probably end up somewhere between 8 to 10 wins this first season. I just see it. He said no. No. Let me see. We ain't never going to need to punt. That's the point. The goal is for us to do enough that we don't have to do this. If you can find a way to punt as little as possible because you're scoring, then that's efficiency. And that's a hard part. I can see Jefferson. I think I saw one clip of him returning a kick, and I was like, okay. All right, let me see. The other thing I want to jump on, and then I'm gonna get out of here. I want to jump on this piece too because it was basically talking about Aaron Glenn's excitement for the versatility that's on his team, particularly with Jamie Collins and Afitu Mela Fanawalu. I know I botched his name. Y'all can kill me about it. Andy Dart is the 15th. Bro, no, bro. We not. No, listen. Andy Dart is a top 15 quarterback. Yeah. He was showing support because he a ginger. I'm with you, Chris. I agree about A-Rod, and I think the Packers should call this bluff, and we won't have this problem. So call this bluff, and we won't have this problem. But I wanted to point out this thing about versatility. And when you look at how they're going to play this defense, you're going to look at it and say, can I create something where you're not sure what it is, where it's coming from, or why it's coming? And I think they got enough to do that. I think they got enough to be successful. I think they got enough to be there. Okay. Dante Alexander says, keep laughing, brother. You're making my day better. Hey, I need some laughs. I need some laughs. I really do. Man, I love the fact that we got more football. If it was up to me, we would have 2 preseason games and 18 regular seasons. I think one funky line fact, that's what they're trying to do. My problem is to have 18 games and to move them around like that. You talking about, if they're starting football earlier, cool. You talking about football being into the middle of February? Nah, I'm not with that. If you're giving it to me earlier, where the season is starting earlier, like say August instead of September, I'm down for it. I'm 100% down for it. But if not, nope. Luke, the Kool-Aid is blue. Why are some people throwing Lions parties? They better get with it. They better get with it. Let's see. I say 9 and 8. I'm not on Kool-Aid like these guys. I'm on Tennessee honey. What is that? Is that liquor? I don't drink, so I don't know. Is that liquor? I heard of Tennessee whiskey because of the sun. but I don't know what Tennessee honey is. Now I gotta Google it. Oh, that looks nice. If I drink, it looks nice. The only thing a ginger has been top 15. Oh my God. No, absolutely not. Jimbo, I like your positive outlook, but there is no way in hell we are winning 13 games this year. If they win 13 games, it's going to be a lot of people head turning. I mean, I'm talking some exorcism stuff, you know. Let's see. Yeah, I read in 2025 they want to make it, and yeah, that's what I heard. I heard that they wanted to make it where it's 18 games, 2 preseason. But to me, at that point, it's still kind of moot. Like, what are you doing? You giving one practice game to see what they got and a dress rehearsal? I don't know. What about the teams that have an extra home game versus an away game? So that's very intriguing. That's very intriguing. I think it's something that you have to look at in terms of advantages. If your home crowd is about that, right? Like if you're in Seattle and right now Tampa Bay's crowd is living their best life, yeah, having that extra home game is huge advantage for you. Moonshine only. Ain't that what people was that prohibition? you going old school. Bo is my new favorite person on earth. Support that, man. Give each other some love and praise. Yeah, the last 2 preseason games, the one that gets cut become the time frame for the new regular season. Now I want to start it like give me the Hall of Fame game at the end of July. 2 preseason games in August, and by the end of August, we in the regular season started. Let's get it. Luke on that blue lean. Listen, I'm objective. It's so hard to be objective and remove the emotional side out of it and just look at the evidence before you. But I pride myself on doing just that, and that's how I come up with my predictions and my statements. And people say I'm batshit crazy, so I'm not shocked. If we win 13 games in Campbell's first year, the whole coaching staff needs some statues. Facts. And if we won 13 games in our first year, we're probably losing Anthony Lynn. We're pretty much going to lose damn near everybody. You know, so it's a gift and a curse. If you win 13 games and don't win the Super Bowl, then it's a curse. But if you win 13 games and win the Super Bowl, then we losing every damn body. You're right. So we get the gift of it, but it is what it is. Let me see. My old boss gets what he calls a jar of white. It will mess you up. Oh, so I've heard of that. I've actually heard of that when I was in college. And I went to visit a friend down south, and they call it water. And I was like, I don't know why anybody would drink something like that. Like your liver, your kidney have to be going, no. Tori, he said you are best shit crazy. Look, it's why I love you, brother. I appreciate it, and I love you too. Thank you. I'm just giving you the facts in a different way. That's all. We need to find a starting safety in a trade or free agent, and that's where you get to look at Trey Flowers and say, can you achieve that? And then the question also got to look at it and say, are we losing anything not keeping Trey Flowers? So again, it's been a very rough 2 weeks for me. I'm not even gonna say 2 weeks, to be honest with you. This 20, I survived 2021 to just get 20. I mean, I survived 2020 to have a shitty 2021 so far. But I can tell you this much: my spirits were lifted today because of you all in the chat. I did not plan on making this my usual like 2 hour or hour and a half show, so I just said I want to do this, but I need to do this fight. So you're gonna see me full court press, all out blitz. I'm ready to take this on. If I can help it. I'm going to make sure that no one ever feels that way, if I can help it. Let me answer a few more questions before I jump out of here. Jurassic Mark, thanks for joining the show. He says, who's the most important player to trade and for what? The most important player to trade is the one that gets you the most return. And so when you ask yourself for what, they need to be people that you can get, not just capital, but if you can get players who can come in and be a main staple for the next 2 or 3 years, that's the most important player. So if somehow, some way they came out and they was like, oh, we're going to trade Big V and Big V gets you a safety and another guard, okay. Or it gets you a safety and a receiver or a linebacker, I'm taking it, right? Because it has to give me a return on value. So when it comes to for what, it doesn't matter if the return on value is good. So I can trade a Matthew Stafford when I get quarterback replacement 2 firsts and a third. The return on value is too good to pass up. Eastwood 29 says, Eastside Wood 29 says 10-7. I can see it. 10-7 does not seem like a crazy number to me. How you feel about TJ Lane taking over for Torrey? I really don't care, to be honest with you. It's funny because he wasn't there long, but he's a Michigan guy. Like, he's from the Michigan area. So I'm not mad at it, but it would be nice to have somebody have somebody just going and talk football. And if he can do that, I'm cool. But I generally don't care who's asking the questions. As long as they get them to answer questions in a way that I can have something to hear that I like. So, my same old Lions alarm goes off every morning. Bruh, tell me about it. It says, what happened to Tori? She left. She did it for 7 years, and she ended up, if I'm not mistaken, I think she got another job somewhere else. So she just ended up basically saying that, she was leaving. She put that notice in and moved on. And I can't blame her. How long are you going to be doing this, So I can't get mad at all. Luke should get Tori's job. If they give it, I'll take it. Because I would love to be in front of the camera and have y'all crack jokes on me and say stuff. I don't care. So Shay says, TJ Lang out here rapping EMU. So for those who don't know, that's Eastern Michigan University. I believe they're the Eagles. I might be wrong, but I believe they're the Eagles. Tori said, I'm Tori. I'm right here. Well, I don't see that same nice blonde hair and you look like you missing some hardware, buddy. I'm just gonna put that out there. Let's see. We will win anywhere between 1 game and 16. We won't win 17. That's all I have to say for the record coming up this year. That's a real open statement. You just come on now. Put some stank on it and commit. That's all I'm saying. Put some stank on it and commit. RMax says, give me a shot of that blue Kool-Aid. Hey, man, it's always ready to serve. You feel me? All you gotta do is ask and you shall receive. That's it. I'm trying, James. I really am. I'm trying. It's been a challenge, and this one hurts more because I had no sign and we had a conversation. A whole conversation. No sign. Nothing. Tactical said, I feel sorry she had to talk about the Lions after them terrible games. Hey, I don't think she had to talk to the Lions after that Panthers loss or that Texans loss. If she did, I missed that one. I would have loved to see her face like, so that was bad. You know, I would have loved to see it. They are the Eagles. I knew it was like the Eagles or something. Let's see. All right, people. Listen, again, I appreciate everyone who showed up. Okay. Says y'all never seen Luke's face. It's because of work. If I ever got to the point where I didn't care if they fired me, I'd be like, oh, face on the screen. But it's because of work. All right. Again, I appreciate everybody for rocking with me. I did not want to make this a long video. But I wanted you to know why I was MIA. It had nothing to do with the vacation. It's just been a lot of stuff happening that I just did not expect to see happen. But again, I wanted to be clear to everyone that I have taken up a fight because I missed the opportunity to fight with my friend who I call my brother. And because I could not do that fight with him, I'm willing to fight with you. So we get a second positive quote. And this is one of the ones that I think needs to be said. I'm not sure who wrote this one, to be honest with you. But this comes from the internet. Don't lose hope when the sun goes down. You see, that is the time that the stars come out. People, if you know somebody, anybody, you talk to them, you suspect, you think, you're not quite sure that is suffering from any type of mental disability, any type of depression, and they're feeling suicidal, please get them help. Please do whatever you can to tell them to just call and talk to somebody. If you are one of those people who are hearing those voices and they're getting too loud and you don't want to call the suicide line, call me. Send me a direct message on Twitter. Send me a direct message on Instagram. Join my Discord and then send me another direct message. I will tell you send me an email, but I suck at emails. I want you to be able to get to me. If you cannot, for any reason, find a reason to quiet those voices in your head, if you feel alone, you feel that you are not loved, or you feel that there's no reason for you to be here, or that this world would be better off without you, you're wrong. This world is better because you are in it. You are loved. You are not forgotten. You are appreciated. We care. I care. I can't fight for my friend. But damn it, I will fight with you. I will fight with you. I will find every resource you need. Every fear you have, I will be right there with you. Just ask for help. Reach out. And if you know somebody who has had to deal with this, and you're not sure what to do for them, help them get back to normalcy. Talk to them. Let them know that it's not their fault. Lift them up. Pray with them. Take them out. Hug them. Call them. Text them. Tell them I love you. Because you never know what battle is going on within them. I could not help my friend. And I did not know. But I can help you. I can fight with you. I can support you. I can send you in the right direction. You are not alone. If you are upset with someone and you have not spoken to them in a long time, a simple text message with 2 letters, hi, goes a long way. Love them harder, even if it's distant. Check in on them. And if at all nothing else, hold them. Hold them. And never let them go. That's my show for today. I will be checking all of my stuff regularly. I don't want you to miss your chance. And if for some reason I don't see it, because I'm not perfect, then please call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. Please. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Pride Nation, you guys are amazing. And thank you so much for your support. I'm going to have 1,000 messages because I've been going through a lot lately. And I may not get to every single one of them, but I want you to know I appreciate you. I thank you. The beautiful part about being a part of a pride is when one is wounded, the other pride generally brings them some food. And today, my food was your love, appreciation, understanding, kind words, thoughts, condolences, and prayers. It was food for me and my soul that I needed. And for that, I thank you. But please check on each other. And if you find somebody who just inkles out the idea that they are going to do it, you stay close to them. You give them no reason to think they are alone in this fight. To my friend, rest in peace. And to you guys, I say, don't be no chump. Don't take time for granted. I'm out.